DDG and Halle Bailey. Is it Halle Bailey or Halle Bailey? Doesn't matter. What is going on with these people? What is going on? I scrolled through Twitter, saw some messages saying, "You stuck your penis in her in Mexico." What? DD, was you cheating? I don't know what's going on. Custody battle with Halo. DDG and Halle Bailey going through a lot of combobulation. And it's all over the internet. Sad for them, entertainment for us. CIA up 1,000 points right now. Oh my God. DDG and Halle are even more toxic than we thought. Let's get into it.
Turntables have turned again. Oh, how the turntables have turned again around, turned. Oh, how the tables have turned around again.
It's how the tables have turned. My guy, lock in.
The turn? Look, DDG flipped the whole script on Halle, and let's talk about
how?
it. Just yesterday on June 4th, DDG filed for an emergency court order for Halle Bailey to not be able to take their child, Halo, to Italy while she did some filming, while she did some vacationing, or whatever she was doing.
Whoa. Look, Halle, she works for Disney. We all know this. She films movies. And if you know anything about filming for movies or just any type of film project in general, that can take literally half a year. If DDG somehow doesn't get this court order appealed, he's not going to see his kid for half a year. That's going to be horrible. That's bad work.
And not have sole custody of the child. He was claiming a lot of things about Halle and her relationship with Halo and DDG. Things that include things about self-harm, suggesting that she might hurt the child and herself, allegedly an apparition was involved. And,
what's an apparition?
Not taking the doses, taking his strap and running around the house, putting air tags in cars, physical violence.
She was running around the house with the blicky. You stuck penis in her in Mexico. Oh my God, no, she might be an elite level crash out. That's bad look. That's bad looks, because we already know how the court system goes. It's always gonna be in the mother's favor. All right, but if the mother is not right in the head, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be more on DDG's side, on the husband's side. We gonna see.
Violence and all sorts of other crazy things. And as I was going to record this video, less than 24 hours later, we got an update that was actually denied by the judges. The judges said that she can remain in sole custody and that she can take the child wherever she does.
After having straps? After saying she was going to self-harm? Nah, Rock Nation doing overtime on this one. What? I'm joking. Allegedly. I'm joking.
And I know a lot of the internet and timeline and trying to figure out left from right, up from down, but let's unpack everything that we know so we can come to a conclusion together as a family. At this point, I am tired. I just clicked off of recording this video, and it has just come out that DDG was actually granted that restraining order, that temporary restraining order. This is why it's so tiring to have these conversations on the internet.
Oh, he was granted?
Wait,
so many bad faith
actors and people want to push narratives and agendas and things like that. But honestly, I am tired of talking about this, and you'll see that throughout the rest of the video. But I just wanted to give the update here that DDG actually did get granted that temporary restraining order, so there's some equal justice for those that are looking for it, I guess, in this conversation. I don't know. Keep watching. Now, off top, I've got to say this. Honestly, I'm disgusted that I even know this information. And I know we said a lot about celebrity worship over the past couple of days, and as this DDG and Halle situation has unfolded, we said that we weren't going to get into it, and it's a nasty mess. This is the reason why. I've maintained this sentiment from the beginning. These are very personal and intimate effects, and we don't need to know this. This is something that should be handled out in court, handled between the two of them, but not left for public consumption, because honestly, the way that the public consumes is not the best way for this to be judged upon. This isn't their family, this isn't their life, and they should not have so much say so. But let's just jump right into it. Now, all of these...
Realistically, I don't care. I really don't care in the slightest. Hey, bro, I got a platform, nigga, and I guess I gotta talk about it now, because I swear, anything pops off, now everyone needs to have a say in it for some apparent reason. People are way too parasocial for my liking. Oh my gosh, I don't care about celebrities and their problems. Good, you're a normal person. Only problems you should be worrying about are your own, and you should be even worried about the problems. You should be worried about the solutions. Ooh, that's a bar right there. Write that down.
These things are allegations. DDG claims that Halle Bailey was stalking him using air tags and multiple different tracking devices, not only in the baby's diaper bag, but in multiple different cars that DDG had at his property. Halle had reported that she had seen him.
No, but look, that's game though. That's game. If you think your significant other is sneaking around, they could drop an air tag in her leg. Drop an air tag in her wig, she would never know it. You can literally be on her dome. You know exactly where her head top is at all time. Come on, tell me I'm not cooking right now. Tell me I'm not cooking. She on to something. She toxic, but like, hey, yo, hey, do what you gotta do. That's free game right there.
Him be in Akron for a couple of days, but it seemed that DDG had left one of the trackers at Stream University or something like that. He does also acknowledge in his petition that Halle Bailey did not get hit by him. There was no sorts of physical violence caused by him, but rather the chipped tooth is explained by her launching herself into the front seat where she went and attempted to punch DDG, and when she launched herself, her tooth hit the steering wheel, and that's how the whole thing got chipped. And also there's a claim, which if I had any sort of opinion or speculation about this one has to be the one, is that DDG called up to the OB office for Halle Bailey after she had some bleeding and cramps and stuff, only to find out that she had, asked for an aberration, and she had only taken one dose out of the
What's an aberration?
Aberration procedure.
What is that?
Up and said it. And a lot of those things are damning, but probably the most damning allegation.
Wait. You mean you trying to knock you trying to knock the baby out of here? You wasn't trying to have Halo? Like what you mean? Wait, what are we talking about? What is that? Chat, what is an apper?
Up and said it. And a lot of those things are damning, but probably the most damning allegation is that DDG got allegedly assaulted by Halle Bailey with a knife. Whoa, and that evidence was depicted in the pictures that he submitted to the court system to say that, hey, it's not me that's doing these things, it's actually her.
No, bro. She tried to flip the script on DD. See, my whole thing, like the whole chip tooth situation. If someone to get a chipped tooth, that's so accurate. Like for someone to get a chipped tooth, that would mean some type of physical altercation, right? That would mean someone had to get like punched in the face, like someone had to punch you. But like if in the pictures, the only thing that is messed up is her tooth. Like there's no bruises on her face, So that's my whole thing. Is like how did that happen if there's no like other signs of assaults anywhere else? But the fact that they said she tried to punch him and she and chipped her tooth on like the seat or something. They were really trying to flip. That's so nasty. I'm sorry. I understand like you have images to uphold, but lying is just so to me. So to me. The red flags be red flagging. Do not pop out no baby with a crazy bit or a crazy nigga.
Her, and this whole thing is crafted by somebody, some mastermind, her or whoever the case may be. Now, because their life is totally on the internet, there's even been video depiction of Halle Bailey having these sorts of effects on her. There's a situation where DDG was seemingly streaming for too long, and Dub had to let her know to, hey, put that down, as she threatened him with a knife if he did not get off stream.
For streaming?
What am I supposed to do?
Oh, nah,
I think he off.
If you don't
You want me to get up?
I mean, you're still on. We gonna go get some food.
Okay, I'm about to get up.
Okay.
She got a knife in her hand.
What?
Knife in her hand. Put it down.
No. You see how innocent and sweet her voice is sounding. She's like, just get off. I'm trying to get food. And he's like, I'm gonna get off. She's like, okay. Whole time she's get off stream, nigga. Get off stream, nigga. Oh my gosh, it really be the ones we least expect. It really be the sweet and innocent ones, the ones that look innocent in the eyes. Be careful who you lay around. Let me put this knife away. Hold on. Let me put the knife away. That shit. Let me put the knife away. That shit. Oh shit. I love you, biggest fan. Love you too. Let's get back into it.
I gotta go, y'all, before I get whooped.
Now, nothing physically depicted there, and I don't think that DDG and his legal team would even use that as some sort of evidence. But this is just a
that could have been a bit. That could have been a bit, though. It could have been a bit.
Relationship was during the time and is afterwards, which is displayed more throughout those text messages, which were insane. Not to laugh at it, but it was a little bit funny. But which were insane text messages as well. Just showed us how really complex their relationship was throughout this whole thing.
And it's like I'm like it's kind of a double standard in a way, because if like for me, I'm a content creator. If I get into a relationship, and then they have a problem with me, streaming, you're streaming too long, you're recording too many videos, why did you even get in a relationship with me? I understand you want your time and attention, but I had my own thing before you, and that's gonna stay first. I don't understand that, how you gonna get mad at that. Not only that, you make movies. You be out the house in different countries for months on end. I'm supposed to be fine with that? Not only that, you literally go and get to smoosh with whoever you're filming with. And we all know what happens. We've seen multiple. Ooh, let me add a doom sound effect just to emphasize that. Multiple times where actors that have to, be a little more physical in the role, like say they're a couple in their role, they bond a really close connection. Nigga, Tom Holland and Zendaya. Shit, nigga. Spider-Man, nigga. They was acting up next to each other. I don't understand that double standard, bro. Like you know who you're doing business with. You know who you're dating. This nigga DDG has been posting 5 videos on YouTube every single day since 2016. You're mad at him for doing his job. And I promise, but God forbid he say, damn, like you gonna be out the country for 2 months, and you taking the baby? Crazy work.
One of those things that was discovered in those text messages was the fact that DDG had been allegedly cheating on Halle Bailey or sleeping with another woman who DDG had been claiming was his.
Whoa.
One of those things that was discovered in those text messages was the fact that DDG had been allegedly cheating on Halle Bailey or sleeping with another woman who DDG had been claiming was his friend for the longest time. Lala Baptiste, an online internet personality who allegedly was a participant in a action with DDG, as told by Halle through what seemed to be a tirade in the text message thread. Now, the reason why I bring that up is because this brings us to the reactions of people near and dear to the situation. Those that might know Halle, those that might know DDG, and what they think about it. And it starts off with Lala basically debunking the narrative that they had any sort of sexual interactions at all, and that DDG is just a close friend.
Context behind these
streaming. That's so crazy.
Is stemming from a group trip that our whole friend group went on, right?
Okay.
Our whole friend group went on this trip, and everyone on this trip can confirm there was nothing weird going on. I wasn't even staying near them. It was for someone's birthday. Let's start there. There was never anything sneaky going on. Like, me and Daryl's relationship has always been strictly started off as business. Obviously, if you know, like, he put me onto YouTube, started off there, grew into a friendship, has always remained platonic. So it's very unfortunate. Like, I know people.
Now, who remembers what was their group called? It was Zooted. Who remembers Zooted, nigga? Ah! Oh, a lot of y'all might not even know this. Probably none of y'all know this, but I used to work with DDG. I used to make his I used to make pretty much everyone's in the black creator community's thumbnails for the longest. So man, this era was fire because DDG really put everyone on. Who know about Riley Simpson? Man, that whole Riley Simpson arc, crazy. I'm pretty sure she was the reason why everything broke apart. But at the same time, she was the only one that was on time.
People already have this narrative because it's just hard to believe that a guy and a girl can be friends. Like, it's hard to believe that me and him or any other guy and girl can just strictly be platonic friends, okay?
It seemed like all day today, Halle Bailey was getting.
I feel like that's so toxic. I feel like that's not possible. Damn, bro. I ain't gonna lie. If you really feel like that, then I feel like then that kind of shows something about your character. Maybe you're projecting. Maybe you can't keep it in your pants.
Getting debunked and slandered left, right, and sideways for her beliefs, her actions, and how she was depicted through these text messages, these screenshots, these photos, whatever the case may be of what Daryl put out in order to get her to look a certain way and make his claim to the judge that she's not fit and I'm the actual fit one to be taking care of Halo. And Lala wasn't the only one. Because this is the internet and because DDG has grown a following over the past couple of years, it seemed like everybody had their opinion and wanted to support DDG to the fullest against what people have been deeming as evil Halle.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I already said how it is. Can I stand on it?
Oh my gosh, Biden Ross. Interesting stuff right here. Let's move myself up here. Hold on.
Chat, y'all know the truth. I put DD in a group chat with my lawyers. Shit.
Oh, so this is the reason why all this is coming out.
Man, my boy Daryl, man, you gotta make sure he's a good dude. He's a good human being.
This is why all this is coming out. It makes sense.
Can I just tell you guys something really quick about something like that? There needs to be a clause in
the whole chat saying the Jewish lawyers. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Where if a woman is trying to put allegations on a man and it gets caught in 4K, it's fake, the girl needs to do the time. Like, it's just, why the fuck is this not a thing?
Talking to this nigga Moo, I go to this nigga Moo crib, right? We talking.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. If you're gonna cap, if you're gonna be over here capping about, ooh, I don't care. If you cap about any situation, then it comes out to be fake, you should get the time. You should be in jail for that. Because there's been multiple cases. Girls have lied on men, and the men have gone to prison. During their prison time or after they do the time, it comes out that they lied. And the girls just get to just leave scot-free. That's fucked.
Like, you know, we be having, as niggas, you know, you have conversations and just speak about the shit. This nigga says, like, you know, on your phone, right? Like, if something's near and shit, like if like AirPods or something is near, it'll alert you. Dog said he got an alert on his phone for an AirTag.
Oh nah.
He's like, nigga, wait, what the fuck?
Who's AirTag?
Found that motherfucker in the whip.
In more and more clips, videos, screnershots,
I'm glad Apple
Halle
added
saying,
that. I'm glad Apple added that feature because again, I heard a lot of things about weirdos placing AirTags in people's bags and then going tracking them and following them into their house. Weirdo stuff, but I'm glad that's a feature. Good job, Steve Jobs. Is that his name? I don't know.
In the petition that he was not in LA, but screenshots of DDG actually being on stream where he was in LA came out this whole day. And honestly, I had to look at the Halle side and see how they were going to fight back. And what I got from the timeline was that she was in postpartum, was that she was upset, was that, you know, they're still backing her, was that DDG is lying, child safety, etc., etc., etc. Now, from the outside looking in, this seems like the most out-of-pocket conversation from Halle Bailey and the things that she is trying to plaster on DDG, but I want to go ahead and give a little bit of pause and just let people know that we do not know what's going on. If the only thing that we are talking about is from the legal sense, I think it's good to look at a lawyer's perspective and see what her thoughts are on this.
But even in the court's ability to use their discretion, they have to apply certain basic principles across the board, right? If you're going to limit one parent's time with the child,
we got TikTok lawyers. Come on, teach me something.
You're going to limit one parent's time with the child or take a child away from both parents, you have to consider certain things, and there are certain red flags and buzzwords that are always going to move the needle. One is if you are violent, especially domestically. Another is if you're addicted to drugs or you have an alcohol problem. Another one is if you haven't seen the child in a long time. But another one that people don't seem to be understanding in this particular circumstance is if you can show the other parent has mental health issues.
And so I know a lot of people are saying today, after all that evidence, you know, being proven to be in DDG's favor, especially after, you know, they claim there was postpartum depression, but they've pointed out clearly that she wasn't even pregnant at the time. How could this situation go in favor of Halle where she gets to take Halo to Italy? And to be honest with you, I can't speak on it. I don't know. I heard that there was some sort of ring footage that was supposed to come out. I'm curious as to why that hasn't come out yet, since everybody is being so forthcoming. But at the end of the day, that's just a testament to how complex these situations are. We are only getting a glimpse of what the internet is showing us, allowing us to see, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, we only got about, I would say 20% of the story.
We're not getting the full grasp, scope, picture, what they're telling the judges, what's really being presented, etc., etc. We're reading this from our small lens and making judgments on the internet. Now, if Halle did half of the stuff that has been said in these documents and in these claims, listen, get the baby up out of there. Full stop. But to be quite honest with you, I just don't know. In the last video I just did with celebrity worship going too far and parasocialism, I talked about how people take these small glimpses of people online and feel as if they're obligated to more information that they can pass judgment. But the reality of the situation is that these people are living actual lives. So while we're screaming fuck DDG, fuck Halo, fuck Halle, yeah, and there are some people saying fuck Halo, best believe
who is saying, bro, whoever is saying F Halo, clean your room, wash your dirty drawers, brush your teeth, and get you a nice, healthy, balanced breakfast in your system. Because your priorities are messed up.
Actually in this situation, actually getting hurt, whether it be emotionally or physically. And I know fence sitting isn't the most popular thing to do on these platforms about these sorts of topics, but I'm gonna be quite honest with you. Stuff like this is so tiring to me, because if you've seen situations like this in real life, and I'm not even necessarily talking about situations of domestic violence, but I'm just talking about complex relationships, and damn near all relationships are complex. You know that it is not cut and dry like that. And you know that ultimately these people are doing these things to get back at each other, and has nothing to do with the health and safety and well-being of the child. I can't excuse any actions, and I don't look to. I can't acknowledge or say that I understand any of these actions because I don't know what's going on. And personally, I don't think it's any of our business. I think this just goes to show that these celebrities are just like you and me, and that we should probably take a step back, because this just only gets crazier as we unravel everything. But I know people will be back on the Ring camera.
Facts. Oh, we got to see that Ring camera situation and all that. But yeah, remember that celebrities, regular people, they just put themselves online for your entertainment. But at the same time, then it just comes with it's a double-edged sword, repercussions and all that. But let me know how y'all feel about the situation in the comment section below. Me personally, we gonna see what the court says. Even though at the same time, I really don't. Sometimes you can't even believe that, because you know that bullshit be playing. But we gonna see. I'm gonna wait until everything comes out. Innocent until proven guilty. All that good stuff. But look, we live on Twitch. My name is Law. Check out my main channel, TheKidLaw, and I'll see y'all in the next video, because you already know. So it's the Vicky Vibe on this channel.